The Biology of Belief Summary by Bruce H. Lipton. What is the biology of belief about? The Biology of Belief by Bruce H. Lipton is a book that explores the connection between our beliefs and our biology. The biology of belief shares stunning new discoveries have been made about the interaction between your mind and body and the processes by which cells receive information. It shows that genes and DNA do not control our biology, that instead DNA is controlled by signals from outside the cell, including the energetic messages emanating from our thoughts. Using simple language, illustrations, humor, and everyday examples, the author demonstrates how the new science of epigenetics is revolutionizing our understanding of the link between mind and matter and the profound effects it has on our personal lives and the collective life of our species. Bruce Harold Lipton is an American developmental biologist noted for his views on epigenetics. In his book The Biology of Belief, he claims that beliefs control human biology rather than DNA and inheritance. 1. Cooperation in evolution. One of the main themes in the book is the idea that cooperation, rather than competition, should be the central tenet in our theory of evolution. While Charles Darwin is often credited with the discovery of evolution, it was actually Jean-Baptiste Lamarck, a French biologist, who first conceptualized evolution in terms of cooperation between species and individuals, a notion that is closer to our current understanding of evolution. Lamarck proposed that species evolve as they learn to fit their surroundings, and that cooperation among organisms is crucial to this process. This idea is supported by modern scientific research, such as our immune system's ability to adapt and pass on knowledge to offspring. When a virus enters our body, our antibodies fight it and remember the virus, passing on this information to their daughter cells. Cooperation among different species is also evident in many symbiotic relationships in nature, such as the billions of bacteria in our digestive system that help us digest food. Genes, which were traditionally thought to be passed on only through reproduction within the same species, can also be shared among members of different species, further supporting Lamarck's idea of cooperation in evolution. The book highlights that viewing evolution through a lens of cooperation rather than competition has important implications for our understanding of human cell biology. It challenges the traditional Darwinist view of random genetic mutations driving evolution and suggests that cooperation and adaptation to the environment play a significant role. 2. Understanding the intelligence of cells. Cooperation, rather than competition, is a key aspect of evolution according to the theory proposed by French biologist Jean-Baptiste Lamarck, which aligns with our current understanding of biology. Lamarck's idea of evolution emphasizes the importance of cooperation between species and individuals, and this notion can be observed in the behavior of cells as well. Cells, which are the basic units of life, exhibit remarkable intelligence and adaptability. They can actively seek out environments that foster their growth and avoid unfavorable conditions. While many might assume that this intelligence comes from the cell's nucleus, where genetic information is stored, it is actually the cell's membrane that plays a crucial role in controlling cell behavior. The membrane of a cell, rather than its nucleus, acts as its brain. Inside the membrane, there are receptor proteins and effector proteins that react with the environment to trigger the cell's actions. Receptor proteins pick up signals from the environment, and effector proteins translate these signals into actions. Without these proteins, the cell would be unable to respond to its surroundings and would be brain dead. Furthermore, Lamarck's idea of cooperation is evident in the symbiotic relationships between different species in nature. For example, our digestive system contains billions of bacteria that aid in digestion, highlighting how species cooperate for mutual benefit. Moreover, scientific research has shown that genes can be shared among different species, challenging the notion of genes being solely passed on through reproduction. This understanding of cell biology confirms Lamarck's idea of cooperation in evolution, where cells, as well as different species, work together for survival and adaptation. It challenges the traditional view of the nucleus as the cell's brain and highlights the crucial role of the cell membrane in controlling cell behavior. By recognizing the intelligence and cooperative nature of cells, we can gain a deeper understanding of the complexity and adaptability of life on a cellular level. 3 genes alone do not determine our development. The book explores the idea that genes do not solely determine our development, contrary to what some Darwinists believe. While genetic determinism, the theory that genes govern biology, has been a widely accepted concept, there is evidence to suggest otherwise. Even Darwin himself had doubts about his own theories towards the end of his life, questioning the role of environmental factors in evolution. One of the weaknesses of genetic determinism is that it fails to explain the complexity of the human genome. According to this theory, there should be a gene for each protein, which would result in a minimum of 120,000 genes in the human genome. However, in reality, we only have about 25,000 genes. Instead, it has been discovered that our environment plays a crucial role in determining our biology. Inside our cells, regulatory proteins surround the DNA in the nucleus and react with signals from the environment to determine the destiny of the cell. These regulatory proteins allow certain codes of DNA to be activated, which in turn influences the cell's behavior. This means that our genes do not solely determine our fate. For example, having a gene that predisposes someone to a certain disease does not guarantee that they will develop the disease. It depends on whether the regulatory proteins allow the gene to be activated, which is influenced by the environment. This challenges the deterministic or Darwinian view that genes alone determine our development. Instead, it highlights the importance of the environment in shaping our biology. Our cells are not solely controlled by our genes, but rather by a complex interplay between genetic information and environmental signals. This main idea from the biology of belief challenges the traditional notion of genetic determinism and provides a deeper understanding of the complexity of cellular behavior. It emphasizes the importance of considering the role of environmental factors in shaping our biology and challenges the notion that our genes alone determine our destiny. For outdated medical science and its dangers. In the Western world, illnesses caused by medical treatments are a leading cause of death, surpassing even other diseases. The reason behind this alarming trend can be traced back to outdated theories in medical science, which are based on Newtonian principles that emphasize linear cause and effect relationships. However, the field of physics underwent a radical change in the early 20th century with Einstein's theory of a complex web of interactions between energy and matter, challenging the old Newtonian view. Experiments in biology have also revealed that organisms, including humans, operate according to this more interactive process proposed by Einstein. For example, the reactions between proteins and cells are not linear, but rather a series of interconnected reactions that can have a domino effect. Imagine a complex web where tweaking one area can lead to changes in other areas, and some areas may be more affected than others. This understanding sheds light on why many people experience side effects from medical treatments. The same treatment may not meet the unique needs of every individual, as our bodies and biology are highly complex and interconnected. Yet, current medical practices often rely on a one-size-fits-all approach, prescribing the same treatment for everyone based on a presumed cause of illness. This can result in unintended consequences and harmful effects on patients. Alternative treatments such as acupuncture, which take into account the individuality and complexity of each person's biology, could offer more effective and safer options. However, the influence of pharmaceutical companies and established medical practices may hinder the adoption of these alternative approaches. To address this issue, there is a need for a paradigm shift in medical science to embrace a more holistic and personalized approach. By recognizing the intricate web of interactions within our bodies and understanding that biology is not solely governed by linear cause and effect relationships, we can develop more effective and safer treatments that take into account the uniqueness of each individual. It is crucial to update our medical practices to align with the current understanding of biology and avoid the dangers of outdated approaches that may harm patients instead of healing them. 5. Our minds shape our physical health. In this main idea, we explore the powerful connection between our minds and our physical health. The placebo effect, where people experience healing from a fake treatment, suggests that our minds play a crucial role in our ability to recover from illness. It's not just our conscious mind that is involved, but also our subconscious mind, which is incredibly powerful. Scientist Candace Pert made a fascinating discovery that our mind is not just contained in our heads, but is dispersed throughout our body through signal molecules. These molecules send information to the brain, but the brain can also send information back to the body, subverting the signal molecules. Moreover, our conscious mind can create molecules of emotion, which can program our body to feel better. Our ability to use our conscious mind to override our automatic responses to our environment is what sets us apart from animals, but it can also be problematic. We can be programmed in harmful ways, for example, when we receive negative messages from our parents or teachers. These messages can become part of our programming and affect our beliefs about ourselves, leading to limitations in our behavior and choices. The control over our beliefs can have both positive and negative effects on our biology. Our thoughts and beliefs can shape our physical health, influencing our body's response to illness and healing. This highlights the importance of understanding the power of our minds in shaping our overall well-being. By recognizing the role of our minds in our physical health, we can harness this power to promote positive beliefs and attitudes towards ourselves and our health. This can involve consciously shaping our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs to support our well-being, and being aware of the messages we receive from others that may impact our beliefs about ourselves. By taking control of our beliefs and utilizing the power of our minds, we can enhance our physical health and overall quality of life. 6. Understanding our body's survival mechanisms. In this summary, we explore the main theme of how our bodies have evolved with two basic survival mechanisms, growth and protection, as discussed in the biology of belief. Our cells display these behaviors, with growth occurring in healthy states and protection being activated in response to threats or stressors. The protection response is complex, consisting of mechanisms such as the immune system and the hypothalamus-pituitary-adrenal axis, HPA axis. The immune system defends against internal threats, while the HPA axis, commonly known as the fight or flight response, safeguards against external threats but also suppresses the immune system. This response has developed throughout evolution due to frequent exposure to external threats. However, the HPA axis can be easily triggered, leading to unnecessary fear and stress in everyday situations such as presentations or exams. To thrive, we need to learn to control our stress levels and regulate the response of our HPA axis. Our ability to control our stress levels and regulate our survival mechanisms is closely tied to our overall well-being. When we are in a state of growth, our body functions optimally, allowing for physical, mental, and emotional well-being. On the other hand, constant activation of the protection response can lead to chronic stress, which can have detrimental effects on our health. Therefore, it is crucial to understand the role of our mind in regulating these survival mechanisms. Our thoughts, beliefs, and perceptions influence our body's response to threats and stressors. By managing our thoughts and beliefs, we can positively impact our physical health and well-being. 7. From the point of conception, parental behavior determines how their children will think and act. Our environment has a profound impact on ourselves, and this knowledge can be applied to various aspects of our lives, including parenting. Contrary to the idea of genetic determinism, research shows that a child's development is influenced by its environment right from the point of conception. Conditions in the womb, influenced by the mother's behavior, can determine the child's susceptibility to health issues later in life, such as diabetes or neurosis. Therefore, it is crucial for parents to create an ideal environment for their child to flourish. parental behavior plays a significant role in shaping how a child experiences the world. It is important for parents to be mindful of their actions and words, as they can program their child's beliefs and behaviors. Labeling a child as weak or stupid can have lasting effects on their self-esteem and confidence, potentially impacting their entire life. Instead, parents should strive to create a positive and nurturing environment that fosters healthy development. Despite early programming, individuals still have the power to reprogram themselves later in life. By overriding negative instincts and beliefs, individuals can achieve great things. This highlights the plasticity of the human mind and the potential for growth and change, regardless of early programming. Understanding the role of parental behavior in shaping a child's beliefs and behaviors emphasizes the importance of creating a supportive and positive environment for children right from the start. It also empowers individuals to take control of their own beliefs and behaviors, knowing that they have the ability to reprogram themselves and overcome negative programming. By harnessing the power of our environment and our ability to reprogram ourselves, we can shape our lives in positive and empowering ways. 8. Cooperation, not competition, is the most effective force for development. The main theme explored in this main idea is the power of cooperation over competition for development and survival. While the idea of survival of the fittest is often associated with evolution, the author argues that a more accurate expression is make peace, not war. Drawing on the example of cells, which have evolved to cooperate and work together in multicellular organisms, the author suggests that humans can also achieve much more if they prioritize cooperation over competition. The author highlights that the human body itself is a complex system of trillions of individual cells, each with its own role and place to live. In a healthy body, no cell is cast out to fend for itself, but rather they work together in harmony for the overall well-being of the body. The author emphasizes that if we take inspiration from this natural example and prioritize cooperation in our lives, we can achieve great things as a society. Contrary to the belief that humans are genetically programmed to be selfish, the author argues that selfishness is not apparent in the animal kingdom, and humans are not so different from their animal counterparts. Even species like baboons, often considered violent, are not genetically programmed to only look out for themselves, but also cooperate with others for survival. The author emphasizes that if baboons can cooperate, surely humans can and should learn to work together for the greater good. The author warns that continuing to chase our own selfish goals without prioritizing cooperation may lead to increasing conflict as our population grows. Instead, the author advocates for communication, shared goals, and common strategies based on our shared values to create a livable and harmonious planet. The author challenges the notion that humans are inherently programmed to act selfishly and encourages a shift towards prioritizing cooperation as a more effective force for development and survival. 9. We are made in the image of the universe and live on after death. The idea that we are made in the image of God, as described in some religions, may be difficult for atheists to accept. However, when we interpret God as the universe or our environment, there is scientific evidence to support this concept. Our cells, which make up our body, respond to signals from our surroundings, forming our identity. This means that we are created from our environment, or the universe. Furthermore, there is evidence to suggest that our identity continues to exist after death. Our cells have identity receptors on their membranes that pick up signals from our environment, creating our unique identity. Using the analogy of a television broadcast, our body is like a TV set and our identity is the image that is broadcast onto the screen. If the TV breaks down, the image may disappear, but if we get another TV, the image reappears. In other words, even though our body dies, the imprint of our identity remains in the environment. If someone else were to have the same identity receptors as us, they would pick up the same broadcast, and our identity would exist once again. This suggests that our identity, or essence, may continue to exist beyond our physical body. This idea challenges the traditional belief that death is the end of existence. Instead, It suggests that our identity is interconnected with our environment and may persist beyond our physical form. It emphasizes the interconnectedness between ourselves and the universe, and the idea that we are not separate entities, but rather an integral part of the larger whole. This spiritual notion can be appreciated by understanding that our cells constantly interact with our environment, and our identity is formed through these interactions. It opens up possibilities for deeper reflections on the nature of existence, consciousness, and our place in the universe. It invites us to consider the idea that we are not isolated beings, but rather interconnected with the world around us, even beyond our physical existence. The end. I hope you enjoy watching book summary, The Biology of Belief. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like and share. See you in next videos.